Hey everybody, it's Mike McWilliams. Welcome to Upstairs to Right Music. Greetings to you, citizens of YouTube. I'd like to bring to you a story that I find personally interesting regarding the Thicke and Pharrell Williams Blurred Lines verdict. Back in 2013, just if you weren't aware, the Marvin Gaye estate sued Pharrell Williams, Thicke, and their record labels over a copyright issue over their song Blurred Lines. The Marvin Gaye estate said that it was a blatant ripoff of the Marvin Gaye song Got to Give It Up, and it seems that the court did agree with them. The jury certainly did, and they awarded a certain amount of money to the Marvin Gaye estate. The final verdict is in after about 5 years now, and it turns out it's going to be about $5 million. So essentially, probably everything, all the revenue that the song generated, essentially goes to the Marvin Gaye estate. Let's see what's going on here. Now, a lot of these, by the way, a lot of these copyright invasion or copyright issues have been coming up lately. There's the famous Led Zeppelin and Taurus one, where the estate of the lead singer for Taurus was claiming that Led Zeppelin stole Stairway to Heaven from them. There's a lot of videos on YouTube that talk about that will show you that chord progression is a very, common chord progression. What is that called? It's like a melody line, or you would call it. My Funny Valentine. I can think of a song that you guys probably don't know by King Pharaoh back in the 50s that also used that same riff. My guitar teacher, played it. We were talking about Led Zeppelin, and I said, "Well, what do you think of this?" He said, "Oh, that Stairway song is just, this guy's song back in the 50s." And I'm of the opinion that chords, there's only so many notes, there's only so many chords, and I don't feel that every time somebody even says, well, 3 seconds of this song or the groove of the song or something like that is necessarily grounds for this kind of lawsuit. I'm afraid of the precedent that this sets. Certainly other people are going to come forward and try to get their big payday. I in no means am taking up the side of Thicke and Pharrell Williams because they're big boys. However, I'm taking it up for just about the normal musician, the normal guy, who might get out there and get something, and somebody comes along and tries to sue them, citing this as a case. Anyway, let's go on here. Pharrell Williams and Thicke have been ordered to pay a total of nearly $5 million to the family of Marvin Gaye in a final judgment in the plagiarism case that found similarity between their songs Blurred Lines and Gaye's song Got to Give It Up. Blurred Lines reached '1 in the U.S. Oh, by the way, the similarity there was in the rhythm and in the bass. That's basically where it stopped at. The melody, in my opinion, were completely different. But anyway, it was enough to convince a jury to the tune of $5 million. Blurred Lines reached '1 in the U.S. and UK in 2013, becoming Thicke's biggest hit to date. That's got to sting. Your biggest hit to date. Oh, here we go. We got some numbers here. Eventually generating a total of $16 million in revenue, with Thicke and Williams each earning $5 million. So basically, one of them had to give up their cut. I wonder if they did scissors, rock, paper, to determine who was going to give up their $5 million. In August of that year, following an accusation by the Gaye family that the song borrowed from Got to Give It Up, Thicke and Williams filed a lawsuit to try and affirm that their song did not infringe copyright. So actually, I didn't know this. In this case, it was Robin Thicke and Pharrell that did a suit. They were going to try to cut that off, before it hit the pass, I guess. And unfortunately, it didn't work out too sweet for them. The gay family, who owned the copyright to their father's songs, countersued, resulting in a legal battle that initially concluded in March of 2015 with a judge ruling in favor of the family. Thicke and Williams were ordered to pay $7.4 million. The sum was later reduced, but the pair still appealed in 2016. I would have given up after the first suit didn't end out so sweet, but lawyers got a lawyer, so there it is. Earlier this year, a judge upheld the original ruling, resulting in this new amended judgment. The pair must jointly pay $2.8 million each. So they both got to come out the pocket half of their royalties on that each, with Thicke also paying an additional $1.7 million and Williams paying an additional $257,000, while 50% of future royalties from the song will also be paid to the gay family. So the record company, in themselves, I guess, didn't really lose out on this. How much did it made? So it made 16. These guys made 5, so that's 10. Plus, okay, so we're talking about 12 million. So 12 million of the 16 that it made, it has to be paid to the gay family. With the remaining balance, I'm sure, going to the record companies, who were probably saying, oh, well, tough for you guys, it must suck. Wow, that's rich. The judgment has been controversial, with Williams arguing for feel, not infringement, while testifying that he invoked the mood of Gay's song without directly plagiarizing it. The rhythm section was dead on the same. I'll say that much. But heck, I mean, how many songs out there have the same, a drum groove drum? Oh God, I can't think of it right now. But back in the day, there was Soul to Soul was the name of the group, and they had a kick, a rhythm pattern, a drum pattern that was copied by a lot of cats back. Actually, I think they copied it from oh gosh, who was that singer with Quincy Jones? Anyway, she sang with Michael Jackson, I Can't Stop Loving You Anyway. She came up with that, and she, even herself said that Soul Soul took it from them, but it didn't result in a lawsuit that I'm aware of. I could think of Jamiroquai's, was that Virtual Insanity, that drum pattern, and then take a listen to Maroon 5 Sunday Morning, and tell me if that's not the same rhythm pattern. It is. I got to go with Pharrell on this one right here. It's, he didn't take the melody, but there it is anyway. Thicke had previously admitted to the inspiration in a GQ interview, saying, I was like, damn, we should make something like that, something with that groove. Then Williams started playing a little something, and we literally wrote the song in about a half hour and recorded it. I'm sure in hindsight, that's a half hour of their life that they wish they hadn't engaged in. I guess because he, in the interview, said, I was like, damn, we should make something like that, is the reason why he's got to pay that additional 1.7. I'm clowning now. I'm laughing because, this statement right here, this interview cost him $1.7 million additional. Ooh, that's a rough one. The appeal decision was upheld by 2 judges against 1. The latter, Jacqueline Hugan, argued that the songs differed in melody, harmony, and rhythm. I'm going to give you 2 out of these 3. It did differ in melody and harmony. I took a listen to it before I did this recording. And the rhythm, no, I'm sorry, the rhythm is dead on. But as I pointed out in those other examples, other songs, it didn't lead to multi-million-dollar lawsuits. And said the verdict strikes a devastating blow to future musicians and composers everywhere. Well, here is where I've got to agree with that. I got to tell you, that is a fact. People are going to take a look at this, and they're going to come out of the woodwork trying to sue you. Even if you got just a bar or two that they think you stole or possibly took from them, they're going to come after you. They're going to come after me. Who knows? I hope not. But this stuff needs to stop. I mean, if we need to create like a musicians court, where it's staffed by legitimate record producers and musicians acting as jurors, and make it legally binding. And this group of cats that get together and listen to this and make these decisions, I think you'll see a whole lot less of this. Anyway, that's it for tonight. You guys have a great one. Talk to you later.
Like the show? Well, show your support by subscribing and hitting the like button. See you later.